Radhe Radhe. Today on Sunday, March 20th, 2022, Mummy and I are here to present a recap video for today's Bhagavad Gita study session.
Radhe Radhe.
I'll go ahead and share my screen momentarily, but before that, we'll do a quick recap of the ashram concepts that Mummy mentioned and discussed extensively in class.
Yes, thank you, Gagan. It was a question asked in the class in the previous session, though we had covered this in chapter 2 earlier. So here also today I try to give a small description. So ashram is basically, it means stages of life, and that is a spiritual order of life, which has been laid down in our Hindu ancient textbooks. And so there are 4 ashrams. One is brahmacharya, that means student. Second is grihast, householder. Third is vanprasth, that means retired or hermit. And fourth is sannyas, that means renunciate, spending a wandering ascetic stage. So basically, all these, there is a focus on dharma in all these concepts. And this concept is an important pillar of Hindu socio-religious tradition. So brahmacharya is a period of formal education, and it lasts until around age 25. So a student has 2 duties: to learn the skills of life and to practice unwavering devotion to his teachers. And at this time, a student prepares for his future profession, for his life ahead. Second is grihast, that is householder. And with this, one enters into marriage and takes care of procreation. Then, of course, at all time, continuing to practice dharma. And at this stage, people earn wealth as a necessity. Then comes vanprasth. Vanprasth is the hermit in retreat. That means where you gradually start withdrawing duties as a householder, because you are now well established in life. And then sannyas means that you are now becoming more of a recluse and more of total devotee, and try to reduce totally from householder life and spend more time in devotion to God. With that, Gagan, I give it to you.
Yeah, and just a reminder about the mnemonic that we suggested. Bhagavad Gita is very sacred. So BGVS, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprasth, Sannyas. So that's a mnemonic. Hopefully that helps everybody remember those 4 stages of life, the 4 ashrams. And again, the origin, thank you Daleji and Chandruji for those questions and the insight. Daleji, life itself can be considered an ashram. We think about our body as an ashram spiritually and how all of this unfolds, always with God and Guru to guide us from an education standpoint. All right, so sharing the screen, we have our cover slide for the presentation. As always, quiz questions, a couple of new styles we saw, different kinds of questions. And then we covered 1 verse in detail today, chapter 5, verse 3. The catchphrase there, sculpt spiritual success, which hopefully all of you can understand as referring to the analogy or the metaphor, the story that Swamiji has given in the commentary of the piece of wood, hammered away, chiseled away at it, but to sculpt it into a deity. We ourselves, in our human forms, but also as spiritual souls, seek to get that kind of opportunity where there is hammering and chiseling away at us, but helping to sculpt us into spiritually stronger people, spiritually stronger souls. It comes, of course, with ups and downs. There is pain. There's going to be a lot of tolerance, therefore, that is required from us in that process. So just going to the book, it is here, chapter 5, verse 3. building up from chapter 5, verse 2, where Sri Krishna had stated that Karma Yoga is superior to Karma Sannyas. So right here, Karma Yoga superior to Karma Sannyas. Therefore, chapter 5, verse 3, and for many verses beyond, Sri Krishna now starts talking about the merits of Karma Yoga. So again, Karma Yogs who are free from dualities, free from victory, loss, hate, desire, and so on, they can easily be liberated from the bonds of material energy. Again, all this doesn't come easy. It is a journey that will have, as they say, the vicissitudes of life. Something, again, from chapter 2, there will be ups and downs, or as Mummy said, trials and tribulations. But through all of that, those challenging opportunities help us rise above. And as Swamiji says, seek spiritual elevation. Last comment I'll mention is that in terms of a word to keep, the easy answer is we have equanimity and we have equipoise. But we've seen those many times, and hopefully everybody can understand those in and out. We'll go with an easier word that perhaps everyone knows, but to remind us again of the tolerance we need to maintain during these journeys. So the word we'll take is undeterred in English, meaning we are not discouraged. So we are undeterred in our tasks, in our activities to keep rising spiritually. With that, Mummy, I'll pass it to you for any Sanskrit word and other takeaways.
Yeah, so Sanskrit word I have chosen is nirdvandaha. Nirdvandaha. That means free from all dualities. So basically, this is what we have to learn. That how do we learn this, Gagan? Can you explain to me? Free from all dualities?
Absolutely. So again, the example here, for instance, is you are free from desire, you're free from hate, you're free from the attachment, the rag towards, let's say, victory, and you're free also from the dvesh in this case. I think we covered that, the hatred or the detachment, the aversion to, in this case, loss, trying to avoid all kinds of loss or failure. So all these various dualities of life that creation itself has, there's good and bad, up and down, hot, cold, victory, loss, and so on. Free from all of that while we do our work as Karma Yogis with steadfast devotion, offering all that for the pleasure of God. That is what helps us get away from these clutches, these bonds of Maya.
Yeah, so let this world work on us. Let us face and welcome obstacles in our life, because through those trials and tribulations, through those pains, it's through that God's design, God's plan, we are being sculpted and chiseled into good human beings who are elevated on the path of spirituality. So whenever a problem comes in your life or obstacles come in life, don't get depressed. Take it as prasad of God, that is God's grace, because God has chosen us and He wants us to go through that tough time, because after that tough time, we are going to come out resilient and stronger. And of course, we'll gradually move up on the path of spirituality.
Absolutely. And just to kind of then wrap up, I'll take us back to our cover slide and just mention again, we had the interesting question inspired by Nalini Auntie regarding the cover image. Wanted to just put an invitation that if there's anyone else who has a fun fact or something to do about their name or background as it relates perhaps to chapter 5 as the verses unfold, or down the road as we get into later chapters of this journey, then certainly please do keep us posted. We'll try to fit that into a question or discussion and have you as a cameo, so to say, in the lecture content itself. So just a tiny invitation there. Welcome to our new participant as well. And we are looking forward to the continued discussion. Next week will be Sunday, March 27th, 2022. Thank you and happy holy wishes once again to everyone this weekend. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.